Peloton is the company that just can't seem to get it right with public relations. Remember, they first killed a bunch of kids with their treadmills, which look not
the
their
baby
fault.
sucking design. Yeah, that one
not their fault, but then refused to recall the product.
Right. Well, until they did after more injuries.
Yes,
they were like, we bet there'll be no more injuries, and then like a week later there was more injuries, and the CEO was like, fine.
Real sad, especially not to get too sad, but there's a video of one of the kids who didn't die, and they're really having a hard time. So they should have done that. They should have done that. Anyway,
they should have.
I think we played the video of the kid that survived, and then
no. I mean, this is like pretty recent.
Oh,
but anyway, look,
another one. Huh?
There's a Sex and the City reboot, sans Samantha. It's called And Just Like That. And in the first episode, the on again, off again love interest.
Spoiler alert.
Yes,
spoiler alert. Yep. But pretty much, you can't avoid this, honestly. It's Carrie Bradshaw, right? The lead, played by Sarah Jessica Parker. She's been kind of dating this guy, Mr. Big, for a while. I heard they get married at the end of the first movie. Didn't see it. He rocks into his Peloton in the first episode for the 1,000th ride that his character is taking.
Nice.
Gets off the bike and then dies of a heart attack.
Yes.
So that happens.
Why?
Right?
Why? Okay. So why did they have to...
He had a heart attack on the Peloton.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I mean, like, was it a sponsor of theirs? Like, what was it? What's going on?
So
here
check this out.
That's
so
awesome.
well, first of all, I want to tell you that the Peloton stock on Thursday before the episode came out was at 46.14, and it dropped to 37.67 by closing bell on Friday, a 52-week low. Now, Will, to answer your question, there's two ways this happens. It's either product placement, right, or it's just a trademark clearance. So, like, if you want, let's say it's not product placement. Let's say you just want to use Peloton in your show because that's the way the writer wrote it. Yeah. You go to Peloton and you say, hey, we want to use it. Now, a normal scenario, the brand that holds the trademark will review the script. I've gone through this before. They're usually pretty intense because they want to know exactly what the motivation is, how they're going to use it, etc.
You're not going to kill them on a Peloton, are you?
But a Peloton
they didn't ask. Well, they didn't ask that question.
Yeah, they did.
They forgot to ask that question. No, they didn't.
Well, Peloton spokesperson says, due to confidentiality reasons, HBO Max did not disclose the broader context surrounding the scene in advance.
Right, because they didn't want it was spoiler to get out that Big was going to die on a fucking Peloton.
Was thrilled to be included in this huge HBO Sex and the City show. So they said,
so big it could affect their stock price.
You can use Peloton.
HBO burned the shit out of them. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they got him good.
Well, I mean, that is
by the
Peloton. Go ahead, Wes. Sorry.
I was just saying, I haven't seen my girlfriend cry that hard since like the first time we broke up. You know,
when Mr. Big
when Mr. Big died, she was lying in bed just sobbing. Had to like take a break, go smoke a cigarette. I was like, holy moly.
My wife too. I saw my wife too. I saw my wife and I went over to Wes's on Friday night to hang out, and we had similar stories where both our wives were sobbing, very like crying, openly crying during that scene. So I'm playing a phone game on my it was crazy. I'm playing a phone game and like letting her watch the show, and all of a sudden I have to like hold her hand while she's crying. And I can tell you, while half-ass paying attention to the show, one thing they made very clear was that he was on a Peloton about 16 times. It was like the worst product placement of all time.
He's just dead next to a Peloton.
It was like the Peloton killed him. There's so many characters like the Peloton killed him.
Oh.
Brutal.
Yeah, it was amazing.
He's got his sneakers on.
Yeah.
His Peloton shoes.
He still was in his workout gear, dripping with sweat from the Peloton. He collapsed.
Get his Peloton shoes off him.
Number one Peloton class student.
They kept talking about the Peloton chick he had a crush on, who's a real Peloton instructor using a fake name on the show. I mean, it was Peloton heavy.
He was into the Peloton community because it's a big, it's like a, you know what Peloton
had a crush on the instructor, CrossFit. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Peloton is so similar to CrossFit, but people on Peloton think that they're above CrossFitters, but they're not. It's the same level. It's the same culty workout vibe.
Peloton had a rough year. They were sucking kids up in their machines, and then Sex in the City just wrecked them.
I still might get one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they keep you in great shape. CrossFit's a great exercise too.
Good time to buy stock in them. Jeez.
You have to like get into the lifestyle. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. Chris Noth, by the way, he's 67 years old, which is fucking nuts. Mr. Big's almost 70. He's a real winner here, right? Because it must suck to get written out of an episode 1 of the new series. But he did a Peloton commercial that was like, a quick slap back. It was put together like Thursday to today. I think they dropped it today.
Don't worry, I'm actually alive.
Yes, essentially that's what it is. It's It's Chris Noth and an attractive young woman in this house.
To new beginnings.
To new beginnings.
Oh wow,
you look great.
I feel great.
You're with a Carrie too.
Should we take another ride?
I think
Life's
I saw
too short
this
not to.
during football, and I didn't understand it. Now I get it.
And just like that, the world was reminded that regular cycling stimulates and improves your heart, lungs, and circulation, reducing your risk of cardiovascular diseases. Cycling strengthens your heart muscles, lowers resting pulse, and reduces blood fat levels. He's alive.
He's alive. That was Ryan Reynolds' voiceover. Man, they really were pissed.
That's good. How much did he get paid for that, Pat? Do you know?
I don't know, but I mean, you're getting $1 million on a quick turnaround like that. That quick, you're getting $1 million.
Pat, did you see the quote from a doctor that works for Peloton that represents them? One of the quotes, like a doctor was like, actually, it's just basically like that quote at the end of that. They're like, actually, riding a Peloton's better for you. It actually helps you. And they're like, they're so mad. They're so steaming mad about the sexiness.
Yeah. It's their fault.